with Dave Genz here. You know, the Genz Box has come a long ways over the years. We want to show you how you rig some of these and trick them out and modify them. But Dave, a little history on the Genz Box and how you brought this to the industry.
Well, kind of interesting, when I first started using electronics, I had the first one mounted into the seat of my fish house because I was only seeing the fish came by. And one time I dropped the transducer down just right and I seen my jig on it. I knew that was a major breakthrough in ice fishing, but I spent that first day looking like this all day, looking into that box. So I had to build something. So we built them out of wood to start with. I enclosed, I put little doors on it, and I had the motorcycle battery back then, and I was kind of protect this thing. Well, then I discovered when summertime came, I took my Vexilar out of there and I mounted it on my front of my boat, and I drove in the rain and the waves and the dirt, so the box wasn't near as, didn't protect that unit, it protected itself. But we built them out of wood, several different modifications, and we made the first plastic one. This is the second generation of the plastic ones.
Yep. So like Dave said, he's evolved this box. As everyone knows, Dave has revolutionized how we fish and how we're mobile, and being able to take these systems and take them on the ice and be effective is huge. So we wanted to have a little fun and show you how we modify and trick out some of these boxes. So we got a few options here, everything from flashers to GPS systems, underwater cameras, and then we'll take you out and show you how he takes this and puts it on a fish trap, fish shelter. So Dave, you want to start with some of the things you've done to yours?
Well, I don't use that float assembly that comes with a lot of the sonars, the Vexilar. I've got this little thing in the front that I can hook my transducer in if I want it, and I can adjust the height of that. Another thing I do is I don't use that whole long cord or the float. What I do is I make this piece bigger than the transducer so that when I put it in the hole, this touches the side of the ice and not the transducer. I don't have to put that transducer all the way to the bottom of the ice. It's just important that it goes straight down the hole. So just some of the things that we do a little bit different. But to make it even better, I mounted a light right on the front of mine here. Now this mounts on the front of my fish house, that we'll show you later. But having this light on there, switch, I can just turn this light on and off. I don't fish into the night much, but all of a sudden it gets dark, I need light. Yeah. Another thing we got here mounted on is a jig flasher for charging up my glow jigs. Screws right onto the side of the Vexilar. It's simple, easy. You just reach down there and zap it and you got your jig charged up. So this is some of the modifications that we've made over the years. This little bracket here is to mount this right onto my fish house, which we will show you in a minute.
So we'll zip out there and show you. And then, like Dave said, just a couple other things we've done with these Genz boxes is this is just a ram ball. So now you can attach any ram mount, whether it be GPS, Vexilar unit, whatever you want, and get up and go. And then we've even put underwater cameras on these. So this is just the Fish Scout underwater camera. So it's mounted there. You can wrap your cord, battery. It's all encased, nice and neat. You pick it up, you run and go. You can loosen these and tuck it down, tighten it back up to store it and keep it nice and safe and out of the way. So a lot of ways to rig these, trick these out. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I find myself tinkering in the garage quite a bit.
Yeah, that's it. Especially you get a couple friends over and you get out in the garage, you dig your ice fishing and stuff out. This is the time of the year to do that. I got one of my friends coming over tomorrow. We're going to work on some fish houses. It's almost as much fun as going fishing.
All right, let's go run out in the showroom quick and show them how we rig that thing up.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Mount my Vexilar in my Genz box right on the front of my fish house, which makes it a lot easier and to use, and it's just much more efficient. So all I did is I went to the hardware store and I bought me a piece of angle iron here. I had to cut it off to get it to length. Got a 1/4-inch drill bit and I drilled a couple of holes here and mounted it right to the back of the box. You can see that here. Then I drilled these 2 holes in, 1/4-inch, could even be one size bigger. And I went down to the fish house here, and these holes aren't 1/4-inch. So you take that same drill bit and you just remount them holes. They're already in the bracket, so that this will just set right on there. You'll see that this screw would be sticking up from here, and you just set so the box sits right on top of there, catches that screw. Added a couple more little things down here. These holes were already 1/4 inch, so I didn't have to do that. These screwed on there. And and that kind of adjusts the angle of this. So this is on here, they hit against that bracket there. Let me put the other one in and you'll see that. So this is mounted on there, and here the box sits there, just like that. This goes out right into the hole that you're fishing out of. You know, we're in the showroom here at Clam, so I don't have all my tools that I have at home, but I'm sitting in my house now. I got this is mounted right here in front of me. Some of the real advantages are all the buttons are up here where I can reach them. I can turn it on and off. I can adjust the gain. You know, I can go to all the other modes, the low power mode, the AZ mode, the color selector is all easy. Another thing is, so many times you got that transducer in the hole, you got a fish on, you want to get the transducer out. Well, it's hard to reach way out there and get a hold of it. Here, the transducer cord is right up here by you, and you can bring that out. When it's time to move, I just simply take the transducer, you know, set it in here, grab the cord, and off I go. I don't even have to take this off. If I'm going to pull it behind my ATV or snowmobile, obviously I would remove it and put it inside. But just a nice little trick that makes it easier and more efficient. You know, and then we've got the light mounted on it too. So when this is mounted on here, you need a little light. You just flip the switch on, it illuminates the hole, your rod tip, so you can watch your rod tip. Just so efficient. You know, so this is what some of us guys do in our spare time. You know, Rick Johnson kind of come up with a lot of these ideas here, and it's, you know, been a fun, you know, getting ready for the sport is what we're doing here.
Well, there you have it. You saw some of the modifications we've done to these Genz boxes. Some things you can try at home. I mean, it's a lot of fun, like we were saying, Dave.
Yes, you know, it's you know, something to do while we're waiting for the ice, and it's going to be here soon.
So thanks for watching.